dan gaan we nu over naar Blade Runner. Dat is een thriller die zich afspeelt in een niet al te rooskleurige toekomst. De centrale figuur is Rick Deckard, gespeeld door Harrison Ford, een ex-politiedetective die de opdracht krijgt om 4 personen uit de weg te ruimen, waarvan vaststaat dat ze zich willen binnendringen in een groot industrieel concern. Dat concern, de Tyrell Corporation, vervaardigt robots die niet of nauwelijks van mensen zijn te onderscheiden. En de 4 infiltranten zijn dan ook van die replicants of replica's die van hun schepper een wat langere levensduur komen opeisen. Detective Deckard wordt bij zijn jacht op de 4 geholpen door de dochter van Mr. Tyrell, Rachel. Alleen ontdekt Deckard al vrij snel dat er ook met haar iets merkwaardigs aan de hand is.
Do you like our owl?
It's artificial?
Of course it is.
Must be expensive.
Very. I'm Rachel.
Deckard.
It seems you feel our work is not a benefit to the public.
Replicants are like any machine. They're either a benefit or a hazard. If they're a benefit, it's not my problem.
May I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Have you ever retired a human by mistake?
No.
But in your position, that is a risk.
Is this to be an empathy test? Capillary dilation of the so-called blush response? Fluctuation of the pupil? Involuntary dilation of the iris?
We call it void comp for short.
Mr. Deckard, Dr. Eldon Tyrell.
Demonstrate it. I want to see it work.
Where's the subject?
I want to see it work on a person. I want to see a negative before I provide you with a positive.
What's that going to prove?
Indulge me.
On you?
Try her.
It's too bright in here.
Do you mind if I smoke?
It won't affect the test. All right, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Just relax and answer them as simply as you can. It's your birthday. Someone gives you a calfskin wallet.
I wouldn't accept it. Also, I'd report the person who gave it to me to the police.
You've got a little boy. He shows you his butterfly collection, plus the killing jar.
I take him to the doctor.
You're watching television. Suddenly you realize there's a wasp crawling on your arm.
I'd kill it.
You're reading a magazine. You come across a full-page nude photo of a girl.
Is this testing whether I'm a replicant or a lesbian, Mr. Deckard?
Just answer the questions, please. You show it to your husband. He likes it so much, he hangs it on your bedroom wall.
I wouldn't let him.
Why not?
I should be enough for him.
One more question. You're watching a stage play. A banquet is in progress. The guests are enjoying an appetizer of raw oysters. The entree consists of boiled dog.
Would you step out for a few moments, Rachel?
Was it nice to see it back?
It's been a long time since I've seen that, since it came out.
Yeah. Like in Alien, Scott made with Blade Runner a film which involves many technical difficulties. For an actor, it must be pretty hard to work under those conditions.
It's very technical, but I can work now, and I don't have to ask what kind of lens they're putting on the camera. I know, because it took so long to light, and it took so many switches back and forth between what lens they wanted and what kind of lighting they had, and you know where they wanted me to be. There were times when I couldn't move this much because I would be out of focus.
Yeah.
You know, it was very, very technical work, Blade Runner. And Young Doctors in Love wasn't. I mean, because of the white walls in the hospital and the white uniforms, we could go anywhere because they used all bounce lighting off the ceiling, so there was no shadows, and we could just run around. So in that sense, yes, it was very technical, and that was one of the more difficult things about it, and my mind was very much taken up with that, and that helped with the character. You know what I mean? I didn't have to think about the character like that, but I learned a lot from it, and it was very useful.
You have no scenes in the film with our Dutch fellow man.
But I know him well.
You like him?
Mm-hmm. I think he's a real good actor. You know, I think, well, he played the terrorist in Nighthawks, right?
Yeah.
And with Stallone and all those people, and he was the terrorist, and yet you liked him. You know, I mean, that was rather odd, I thought, because that's the type of appeal that Rutger has. He gets on film, and you like him.
Yeah.
You like him, period. That's all there is to it. And maybe, I didn't see that thing he did about the SS officer. He was in something.
I
He played a German officer.
Yeah, I think it was a television series.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I could imagine that too. You know, he was probably very appealing in that, and that's something I think you're born with. I don't think you learn that in school. You know, in film, you don't learn to teach the camera to love you. It either does or it doesn't, and there's no way to teach that. And Rutger's very lucky that's the case with him.
In a recent interview, Rutger Hauer wondered in how far the movie business was exploiting him as an actor. He said he sometimes felt like a selling article. Can you follow that line of reasoning?
Rutger is possibly uncomfortable in America, maybe, you know, or uncomfortable in America's film business because it's a different business. It's business. You know, I'm a businesswoman, and that's the truth. You have to be, because it would be foolish to think that you were in it for fun, because you are in it for fun, and hopefully if you're real lucky, if you're one of those lucky people, you get to do good characters, and you get to do good parts, and you get to get good opportunities, you know, and that means you work all the rest of the time. All the time you're not working, you read plays and you do things to enrich yourself, but you have to be smart about business, and you can't blame anybody for taking advantage of you if you let them.
I will confront you with another of Rutger's quotes. There's no way, he said, to keep your integrity in this business.
Oh gosh, that's terrible to hear he feels that way. I had no idea. Are you asking me if it's possible to keep your integrity?
I wouldn't dare to ask, but since you asked it yourself.
It's absolutely possible.
Yeah?
Positively. I mean, integrity is a personal matter.
Yeah.
Integrity is up to you, and it's up to me as an individual. My integrity is up to me, and there's nobody who can take that away from you.
I would say that Americans have an easier way of selling themselves.
I would probably agree with that, but we're very ambitious. We're very, very ambitious, you know, and it's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, we brought movies into the world, and they have affected everyone that exists today.
Yeah.
I mean, movies affect everyone, and it's a very commercial world. It's a very commercial world we live in there.
The fact that the American film business is gambling now mostly on very large projects like Blade Runner with $23 million. When you realize that for that amount of money, 5 smaller films could have been made, what do you say to that?
It's distressing. It's very distressing because I've seen small films that were really tremendously wonderful to watch. I liked Breaking Away. That was a real small film, and I really enjoyed it because it was simple and because it was direct and really worth my time. There are lots of small films that are worth one's time and yet don't get made, and that's because the people who are deciding to make movies are obviously people who can't appreciate that type of movie. And so I guess the answer to it is to get more sensitive people in the positions where they're deciding which movies are made, you know, studio people.
This movie with you this morning, and you said to me that you have avoided watching this movie in America for quite a long time. Why was that?
I think I avoided it because I can understand it. And it had a big impact on me when I saw it this morning. It really affected me because I didn't imagine that I would like to see a movie about a conversation at a table. I thought that might be a little boring, you know, having to sit through a whole movie of just one conversation between two people at a table, no place else. I mean, that just struck me as a little too difficult to deal with. There's a part in the movie where the other character says, doing nothing. I can't do that, remember? I can't just do nothing. And it was the same sort of feeling I had when I thought about watching the movie. I can't just watch a movie about a conversation. You know, I wouldn't be patient enough for that.
I know you have ambitions in producing and directing yourself. Would you go for that kind of movies to make yourself, or would you prefer
That's a very impressive movie. That's one of the... I'm surprised. I mean, I was very impressed with that movie this morning, and I think that takes many years to get to the point where you have that much to say. And that's what I work on now, is wondering who I am and what I have to say to people, and is it worth saying? And a lot of times I feel that I have a lot to say, and a lot of times I feel I have nothing to say. It's the character, I mean, that movie could apply to so many people. My Dinner with Andre could really touch everyone if they could sit and listen to it. It's sitting and listening that is so hard for people to do, and that's what I like to do now, when I'm not busy talking.
That we couldn't see this film together because now it's rather difficult for you to judge on only a small fragment, and also in French, which is not your favorite language, I understood.
I don't know French at all. Or the Dutch subtitles.
Maar het is beter misschien om zelf te gaan kijken naar de film dan om Sean Young al te veel lastig te vallen over een film waarvan ze alleen dit fragment heeft kunnen zien. Garde à vue heet de film dus, het voorarrest. Hij is gemaakt door Claude Miller, nogmaals met Lino Ventura, Michel Serrault en Romy Schneider in de hoofdrollen. En hij is binnenkort in Amsterdam te zien. Dat was Cinevisie deze keer. Sean Young, thank you very much for your cooperation and being in this show.
Thank you.
I have a little present for you. It is a calendar.
No, where did you get that?
Now, that is quite easy. People that are watching this program can get the calendar as well, but then they have to buy it in a bookshop. It's all kinds of film posters of films that have been shown
Was that Walt
last
Disney?
year. And this one will be shown next year. No, it's a Dutch animated cartoon. It will be the first Dutch feature-length
Animated?
animated cartoon. It's Olivier B. Bommel.